Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind Eminent Terry's Moon, Flight boss, the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about gravity, because a lot of people, they can't find gravity, so they think it's not real. They think it don't exist. They start to confuse our celestial bodies. They start to confuse what's greater than us, and they start to confuse the actual power that they have. Where, motherfucker, you do gravity every motherfucking day, just in a smaller capacity, because you're in a smaller vessel. Now, what is gravity? Gravity ain't nothing but rotation, vibration, spinning. Now, you have a chakras. We know each planet that's close to the that's connected to the being you in. So since you're in that being, you got access to all these traits in a smaller form. So they'd be the closer stars, the wandering stars, the planets. So, what is gravity? Gravity deals with vibration, time, experience. So it came second. It came from the idea. The idea is the timeline of events, the spirit, the actual direction it's going to go, and then to move in that direction in the yin realm is the feelings, the vibrations, the emotion, the feeling of moving forward, moving backwards. You know, you could go to my directional pad in the yin realm. If you sleep dreaming or how to move in the yin realm and actually move there and actually see the world like this world, to move forward, you feel like you're moving forward. To move backwards, you feel resentment, or you feel like you're leaving something behind. That's how you move backwards in the yin realm. So if you always subconsciously training your brain to that you're clinging on and you may leave something behind in the physical world, like the things you're consciously aware of, you start training your subconscious realm. Say you have a bunch of kids or a bunch of responsibilities. Anytime you're not doing things to withhold those, you feel like you're leaving something behind. You feel like you have to go back. You go to work to bring the money back because you got children and things of that nature. This is subconsciously training your brain to, in the yin realm, if you go to my video, How to Travel in the Yin Realm, you know to move backwards is to feel like you left something behind, or to feel like that's how you actually move backwards in the yin realm. When you actually move through the world like you move it in the yang realm, right? So when you move back in the yin realm, your ass, you come back here and come back to these lights. And you subconsciously train your brain by the things that you create and bring here in existence in the yang realm, in the external realm, consciously. See what I'm saying? But let's go into what's gravity. Gravity is in the void. It's because it's dealing with the emotions and feelings. So it's in the yin realm. It comes second. It's the vibrations. So it's in the darkness, in the void, right? So it's controlling what's seen. So for an example, when you have an idea, you add emotions and feelings to it, and you keep expressing it. Oh man, I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a football player. You get into all kind of things with your physical body in the physical and external realm, and now you can see the shapes and forms and the situations in your life that you could sit in and appreciate that came from football or basketball, right? That's the physical things from it. Now, what controlled those physical things from it was what? The void, your emotions and feelings, how you feel about it. That creates the vibration. You got all these trophies. When people see your trophies, they kind of get a sense of how you are because you appreciate your trophy. So it's a vibration. See what I'm saying? So look, when you're vibrating real high, or just vibrating in a certain feeling or emotion, what happens? You get dizzy. Why do you get dizzy? When you get excited, you ever got so excited you got dizzy? You ever got so angry you got dizzy? When you ride on a roller coaster, what happened? You get dizzy because of all the feelings and emotions you go through when you're going through the air. You see what I'm saying? It's not just what your body is going through, which that shake up your blood too, but your blood is connected to your emotions. All fluids in some way, shape, or form in this realm is connected to your soul, your vibrations. So, what's going on here? That's a chakra. That's how you spin your wheel, your chakra wheels, each emotion and feeling. Now, this is why I say it's important to create your own thoughts, your own spirit, which is your friction when you receive thoughts, because thoughts are not yours. The only thoughts that's yours is the resistant thought. When you take a thought and then you build on it. That's the thought you put in the world. You know what I'm saying? Then the emotion and feelings, right? It's important to create your own emotions and feelings, because right now you're running off the battery of the totality of emotions and feelings. When you think about love, hate, You know what I'm saying? Having an emotion and feeling to receive knowledge, having an emotion and feeling to think. These emotions and feelings ain't yours. These are just you're utilizing one of a planet control that whole emotion and feeling. See, they're beings on a higher density, so they're understanding things on a higher magnitude. Just like and they're more single, less elements, mixtures than you. You're more of a mixture than them. You're more in density. You're more down. So it takes more elements to make you. Take more wills, chakras to make you. So you have a multitude of feelings. When the higher you go in dimension, you may have just one feeling, or you may it get less and less and less. You know what I'm saying? Like in the ninth dimension, I only had one feeling. I only had one idea, and I chose how to experience that in many different ways through y'all. But that's another video. And I'm not saying through y'all as in if you was a being just like me, you will understand it, what I'm trying to say. Because you do that too. See what I'm saying? Now, as an emotion and feeling, right? Say you're vibrating real high, right? You become the rotation. You become the source for others. People surround you. Look at stars, right? People who put out, stars is people who impact you on your emotions and feelings. So you gravitate towards them. You see what I'm saying? You rotate with them. This person is in rotation, right? A lot of things is responsible for them. They got this star rotating them, aka this person. All people are stars, all beings. See what I'm saying? But this is what you need. This is what you need to understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like a rotation. Now, it's a rotation, and then based upon how you emotionally feel, you go into that world. Now you're rotating, you're migrating that world. So for an example, say you love somebody. Say you're a person who loves somebody else unconditionally, right? That world that you got them in, you're gonna make sure you always support them in some type of way. You always there for them. That's a rotation. So no matter where you go in the world, you call them, you send your love out, and however you send your love out, that's a form. That's a form of a gravitational pull. That's a form of a rotation. You guys are connected in ways that you are unaware about because you're too lost in the physical. So this is why you don't see gravity, because gravity is not physical. But gravity is here. Same way your thoughts and emotions is here, but they're not physical. The same way gravity is here, but it's not physical. It's less dense. I'm trying to get you to understand it though. You see what I'm saying? So you in rotation. You are involved with people. You are revolved with people. So the way now, since you are a mixture of a feeling and emotions, let's just say the mixture of you is a feeling and an emotion. And if someone else's zodiac sign, they whole natal chart and all the feelings and emotions that they get from everything else makes one feeling and emotion, right? Now, the way how both of y'all feel about each other, right, creates a pull, creates a gravitational pull, aka a relationship, relating. This is why I say rotation and a relationship is this lower. A lot of people laughed when I said that. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all don't understand shit. You know what I'm saying? They laugh when I said relatives and having relatives, like physical relatives on this earth, is a lower density version of rotation, or things relating to each other in some type of way. Rotation and gravity. But I didn't make the correlation in that video because I was doing something else. But this video right here is basically one of those videos. When I'll be in my other video, I'll be like, all right, that's another video. Like, this is it right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I got to correlate that. But for the most part, when that's a pull, aka, you know what I'm saying, you're doing that in a smaller form. So you think you walking on land, you think you're doing what you want to do, but these emotions and feelings is what's pulling you towards people. If you love that person, that gravitational pull is what pulls you towards them to be in that kind of relationship with them. If you hate somebody, that gravitational pull is what's making y'all do. So the experiences and situations that we're creating with each other based upon our emotions and feelings is gravity, is rotation, is relating. No matter what kind of relationship it is, a hate one, a love one, a wisdom, a knowledge, you know what I'm saying? No matter what kind of one it is. That's what gravitation. That's what a gravitational pull. Other than that, it wouldn't be nothing that attaches together, regardless of how I feel about you. Now I could choose to do a 360 and not have and not give a fuck about you, but that will be the emotion and feeling I feel about you. So that's still relating. That's still a gravitational pull or force away, but it's still relating in some type of way. You go your way, I go my way, and we rotate around other shit. Now, when you look at planets, planets are higher beings, higher bodies, way more mass, way more. Look at your mass. Now compare that to this mass up there. And the elements it consists of makes it rise or lower in that world, in that physical world to them. Right? Now, as we see in the bigger bodies, right, we're smaller portions than it. So same way you look at bubbles in water, or the same way you look at it's a situation where up there in that dimension is doing it literally. Like I said, don't kill yourself, because you ain't gonna do nothing but go up there and do that shit literally. So how you rotating your emotions and feelings and having things rotate around you based upon how you get, you vibrate so high, you get dizzy. That's how you spin. This is how we know how much the earth is spinning. This is how much we know the you are connected, like geometrically, innately connected to the earth. So the spin ain't gonna appear as a spin to you. You see what I'm saying? Because you're spinning with it. You're in that chakra wheel. You would make up that chakra wheel. So your relationships, the things you relate to, your circumstances and situations, your rotations, your patterns in life, is what creates the spin on Earth. So God damn it, you is the spin. You is Earth. So of course we not gonna feel the spin. We the ones spinning. You get it? This is how we consciously see it. This is not something like we're separate from and we like, oh, we in something that's spinning. No, we're the spinning. We're causing the spin. Without us, it wouldn't be no Earth. We are the cells and the organisms and the organs that create all of the Earth. And the same with the other organs, the other planets, the other chakras that's rotating around our planet is the relationships, the how it's relating to its. So for an example, if Earth represents nourishment, caring, you know what I'm saying, growth, that's the emotion and feeling how Earth correlates. And Earth is a female we in. So this is the relationship it has with the other planets. Now say Mars represents intent, willpower, passion, motivation, aggression. That's the feeling and emotion it has. So the relationship that it has with Mars is how they're rotating around each other. It's based upon in their world. We can't understand their world, but if you understand your world, how you're rotating around your relatives and people you relate to, then you'll be able to understand in a higher brain. See, I was one of these beings. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand it up there, that's how they're relating and rotating. So since we're smaller and more accumulated elements mixed in one, compacted in one, and looking at the more of these elements do that shit, then that's how we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it as shit rotating and shit like that. But reason why you ain't got shit crashing into each other and shit like that, because they are aware. This is how they're rotating. Same way a person you love, right? You're not gonna hurt them, aka you're not gonna crash into them or create a circumstance or situation to fuck up the rotation so basically each circumstance or situation you have with this person is going to be different. AKA, that's why we see different conjunctions and trines and sextiles every day up there based upon their relationships. But the relationship that they have with each other is the relationship. See what I'm saying? So that's how you understand gravity. Y'all trying to scientifically find gravity into some demonic ways, into the physical realm and things of that nature, and then y'all losing the aspect. You have to understand everything from a perspective like you know nothing and you're trying to learn, no matter how much you know. You know what I'm saying? As Archangel Uriel, I was fortunate to come here fresh. And I was just fortunate to automatically not give a fuck about nothing. I never got into no religion, nothing, no science, no nothing. It was just naturally in my spirit. So as I learned and grew up and then start to understand why the world is in all these things, it was all so simple, like the Drake song. Can it all be so simple? You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And I'm just here as a messenger. And I come into many different ways, shapes, and forms as a messenger. Through technology, texts, messages, all kind of shit to get people to understand the actual energetic forces. And when people really understand the energetic forces, we could all come to an agreement from a collective conscious level, and we can travel where the fuck we want to go. We can bring raptures. We can make the planets do what the fuck we can control the being we in. We ain't got to let this being control us. And I see how y'all let it control y'all every day, no matter how much y'all know. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air.